I'm going to talk about one of the most taboo subjects in all of Florida probate, and that is attorney's fees, particularly when those attorney's fees involve court-appointed personnel. It's taboo because it's not something that, as an attorney, you really want to be talking about. You're really challenging the status quo when it comes to judges and relationship between judges and probate attorneys. But I do so because I know that there are many, many good probate judges out there that when they are alerted to these kind of problems, and that being outrageous attorney's fees, they take it very seriously and they come down firmly on the side of the individuals that are challenging these things. So I say this to you as someone who might be involved in probate and challenging outrageous attorney's fees to encourage you to make these kind of challenges. I've got Merlin here. I take that as an omen that he says, yes, we should be challenging and doing these things. But here's what I want to reach out to, and here's the audience that I wanted to be speaking to. If you are involved in probate, and if you are seeing attorney's fees that seem out of line or outrageous to you, you have a duty to yourself, and as I always think about in these cases, to the deceased to ask questions. And if the answers that you get back about attorney's fees are not satisfactory to you, then you have a duty, and I always talk about this, to the deceased to go back and challenge those fees. Let's think about who we're often fighting for. The greatest generation, these people that put together all this money, all this wealth, oftentimes they're very miserly, right? They were spendthrifts. They were saving every nickel, and they put together this big pile of money. And oftentimes that pile of money gets fought over by all kinds of people, sometimes recklessly and irresponsibly. And oftentimes it's attorneys that are recklessly, irresponsibly, and grossly jamming in and grabbing these attorney's fees. We have a duty, ladies and gentlemen, as attorneys, as people that are contesting these things, and as judges, to fight these kind of outrageous attorney's fees. And to put the judge in the position that I place myself in of always thinking about that deceased, that person that saved their money their entire lifetimes, only to amass this large fortune. And we would often say that if, mom, dad, grandmom knew what was happening with their money that they scrimped and saved their entire lifetime for, only to find that a bunch of lawyers are jamming in on this thing and grabbing all this money. Again, they would be rolling over in their graves. So what do? You put the judge on notice early on when you find a conflict, a problem with attorney's fees. You get someone that's experienced to fight these attorney's fees. Fighting attorney's fees is one of the most difficult battles in all of probate, but when it is done properly, there are real opportunities to level the playing field and to make it right. I'm going to alert you to this. There are opportunities to challenge attorney's fees that not even many probate practitioners are aware of, that I encourage you, I implore you to pay specific attention to. This is not something you go alone. This is something that requires the technical skills of experienced probate practitioners. So if you were in a circumstance where you're concerned about attorney's fees in probate cases, the taboo, the secret, reach out, leave a comment. I'll see what I can do to review the case and provide update, assistance, and guidance.